Good. And just pause there. You can let your arms relax. Feel your feet on the floor, your toes. All right, we're going to come up towards the front of our mat, and you can take both of your blocks up there, or some of you might prefer to have your chair seat facing you up there. That just looks like this if you're interested in doing that. Okay. If you don't have a chair, you can grab one if you want to. Okay. So either way, I'm going to stand up there with your feet parallel in Tadasana or mountain pose. So I love Tadasana for this concept of Sthira and Sukha, steadiness and ease, right? So steady, strong like a mountain. You can let your eyes close or keep them open. Find some steadiness with your breath, feeling it go in for a couple counts and out. Good. You can use your Ujjayi breathing if you know that breath, or you can just simply lengthen your exhale. And now can you also find ease? It's like a peaceful mountain, strong and sturdy and peaceful. 2 more breaths like that. And then when you're ready with eyes open, let's inhale, taking arms forward and up. And exhale, hinging at the hips to fold. You can find your hands to your blocks or your legs as you inhale and extend your spine forward. Good. Exhale, let's take the left leg back to a low lunge. So we're going to drop the knee. You might want your padding from your blanket. Okay. Good. Hands can be on the floor or on blocks. Let's get your front ankle below your front knee. Yeah, so you might need to come up to do that and walk it there and then come down. Front heel is on the floor. Good. Everybody engage your back glute. Really turn that on. Good. And then feel as though you're trying to slide this front heel back toward the back knee. So you really turn on some muscular action here. Okay. Then from here, I'm just moving my block so I can show you. I'm going to lift my toes off the floor. Just the toes. So the ball of the foot stays down. You might not be able to do it fully. Good. Keep breathing. Good. And now, if it feels okay to you, I'm just going to slightly roll to the pinky edge of my foot while keeping the toes lifted. Okay. So if you can use your blocks however they work, you can use a chair. And what I'm doing as I do this is I'm sliding my front heel back toward my back knee. I'm getting into this hip area as well. Yeah, breathing. You relax around your neck and shoulders. Got it. Now from here, let the foot come back down. And you can bring your hands to the floor and inhale, step to plank pose. Now, if plank is too much, just have your knees down instead. So you're in a modified plank pose, right? It can be either one. Regardless, let's feel like you're moving your armpits towards your heels and you're tucking your tail. So your tail tucked under. Good. You can put knees like this and be slanted if you want. Good. Now from here, let's exhale, drop to knees and lower down onto the belly. If your knee padding's in your way, you can move it and inhale, lift up into Sphinx pose. As you're in Sphinx pose, can you press your pubic bone down? Yeah, really engage your glutes. Good. Exhale. And inhale. As you exhale, let's reach the chest forward to lower down to the floor and place the hands for a push-up. So just take them back by the shoulders. Inhale, roll the shoulder heads back. Hands are wide for this. We're going to exhale, engage the abdominals first, and then press up to knees or to plank. And then you can go back to your child's pose, or you can go back to your downward dog, whatever you prefer. Okay, a few breaths there. Following your breath in and following your breath out. Good. Good. 2 more breaths, whatever you're choosing. And 1 more breath. Good. And then let's bring that left leg forward to our low lunge. You can bend your knees and step, or you can come down first, get your knee padding if you want. So we're letting this right hip come forward. And the front knee is over the front ankle, right? Good. And then can you engage your back glute? Yeah, yeah, if it feels okay on that hamstring. And now try to lift the toes up. Good. You can always walk the foot to the side if it feels better. I'm going to slowly turn my knee out. And as I do that, I'm feeling as though I'm sliding my front heel back toward my back knee. It is really turning on the hip, relaxing around your shoulders, around your jaw, breathing. Couple more. Good. And then slowly bringing that knee back up. You can use your blocks to help. We're going to inhale to lift the back knee off the floor. And then exhale, step it forward. If you want to float it up on the way, you could. Step it next to the front foot. Then inhale, extend spine forward. Exhale, chair pose. And inhale, rise. Good. Exhale, arms can come through the center or to the sides and down. Good. All right, let's go down again. So we'll inhale, go up, and exhale to fold. Inhale, extend spine forward. And this time we're going to exhale, right leg back, but not dropping knee. Okay, now if you want to drop the knee, you can, okay? It's an option. But if you're using your blocks, get them below your shoulders. Okay, that's it. You might need to have them on the high level. They might feel better. And we're going to try that same thing. It may or may not be possible. Okay, so we're going to see. Lifting toes. Okay. And then you could always step that block inside your foot. For me, that works a little better. As I start to take the knee a little out to the side, while still feeling like I'm getting that action of sliding front knee back on my mat. Yeah, and breathing. So I'm getting into the hip structure without letting my hips sink like this. So I'm not going down, right? I'm keeping my back leg lifted and engaged. One more breath. Good. And then slowly bring the knee back to a high lunge or the foot. And inhale to step to plank. Now you can do knees down plank, right? And from here, let's exhale, hold, get your core turned on. So tuck your tail under, feel like your armpits are sliding towards your heels. Good. Nice. And from here, you could go to child's pose, down dog, or do a vinyasa. So you can lower to the floor and do any variation. That's up to you. Once you get to wherever you're going to rest for 3 breaths, take a sigh or 2 and see if you can find that sense of steadiness and ease here. So inhaling a sense of steadiness, feeling where you're making contact with the floor. And then exhaling a sense of ease. Where can you let go? Good. And then when you're ready, I'm going to inhale to bend the knees if you're in down dog, and exhale to bring that right leg forward, and we'll meet in our high lunge here. Okay. So just getting yourself set up, no rush, right? Yeah, take your time. And from here, you're going to get your front knee over your front ankle. And you could always use a chair seat here too, right? Really like using the chair here as well with people. Okay, and now lifting those toes. You might want to take both hands inside the knee, so you could bring that block inside the knee. Okay, and just coming onto the pinky toe edge, but with a really strong ankle and foot. And then feeling like I'm sliding the front heel back. As soon as I do that, I start to also feel some action in my hamstring muscles, right? So they're turning on strongly as well. Good. One more breath here, relaxing around your neck and jaw. And then we'll bring the foot and the knee straight. Good. Inhale to extend your spine forward, and exhale and step that leg forward. It might float on the way if you want to try that. Good. Inhale to reach your chest forward. Exhale, sitting like you're seated in a chair. And then inhale to rise up. Good. Exhale, arms out and down. Good. All right, let's go again. Inhale up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to extend your spine forward. And exhale, let's step your left leg back. We're going to drop the knee down. And we're all going to turn different directions here. So what you're going to do is turn wide on your mat like this, but so you can see me. But Emily and Heather, you guys turn whatever way you want to, okay? So I've got my right knee bent, and you guys set yourselves up like this. Boom. So you're wide on your mat like that, okay? My left knee is down, padded probably with a blanket, foot straight behind, okay? I'm gonna take my right forearm to my right thigh and reach my left arm along my ear, pressing my left hip out to the side. Good. Yeah, you okay? Yeah, okay. Okay, good. Yeah, that's all right. You can sigh and groan. No, it's totally fine. Good. Yeah, this feels so good to me too. Just opening up across the hip. Okay, now you can always stay longer too if you're really into something, right? And you can inhale, come up. And now we're going to exhale in the center and start to sink toward that front knee. Now you get to control how far you go down there, right? You don't have to go far, right? Just coming in and out. So you're stretching, of course, into the adductors here, into the inner thighs, right? But it's also a lot of knee compression. So you got to see like what feels good. Now, as you're looking, just notice where your weight is on your foot. So feeling, I guess, is more than looking. Now, where's your weight coming through on your foot? And what we're going to do is we're going to adjust it. And I want you to go carefully. We're going to start taking like the big toe side of the foot. So you're kind of coming in and you might think like, that looks like a bad knee angle. Everybody told me in yoga not to do that, but your knee has to be strong on all angles, right? So you actually want your knee to be adaptive to all kinds of angles, right? So just take it carefully and see what feels okay. Go easy with this one, with that hamstring. If this is that side, isn't it? Or is it your left? Okay, yeah, go easy. You don't have to go far at all. Right. And now try the pinky toe edge and see how that feels. You're just kind of going in that way. And that's going to open up the hip more too, right? So you might not be able to get as much, you might get more. Okay, now I like to go in circles. So it's like you're circling your weight around your foot, but your knee is also circling, right? So the interesting thing here is our feet give us a lot of information about what our knee is doing. Right, so where your foot is landing or where you've got weight coming through. Now reverse the circles. And you can tell, oh, if I'm in a situation where I want my knee lined up over my ankle because my knee's been bothering me, I need it to be straight up, and I want my foot through the center. So let's go through the center now. Just in and out and feeling that. You can even, if you want to get a little adventurous, you can try pushing off the leg. Whee! Yeah, you don't have to. You can even straighten it. It is fun. It is fun. Isn't it fun? Yeah. Isn't that fun? Okay, good. All right, let's come back up. And we're just going to turn around back to the front of your mat. Put your arms down. And you can go back to downward dog. And we're going to switch sides. So you're just going to move your hips around. Breathe. Follow your breath in and out. Good. And then we'll inhale to bend the knees and exhale to bring the left leg forward. And drop the back knee and turn. And turn so you face the front again, just so we're not looking at everybody in the face if you want. But it doesn't really matter. And we'll start with left forearm on thigh and right arm along ear. Take your time to get there. Okay, and in this one, you're pressing the right hip out. Yeah. Good. Neck relax, jaw relax. It's almost like a side angle pose on your knee. Okay, good. A couple more breaths. Now opening up that whole right side body. Good. And then inhale to rise up. And exhale, we'll just start testing out this side. Okay. What you're also testing out is not just your knee and your adductors, but it's also your dorsiflexion on your ankle, right? Not everybody has that much range in their ankle. You're trying to keep your heel down, but you can increase the range of your ankle. Yeah. We've got left leg up. Yeah, we got left leg is the one we're working. And now let's try going big toe side of foot. Remember, go gently, right? Especially if you've got knee issues, just go gently. And try to keep your whole foot on the floor, whole foot on the floor. Good. And then try pinky toe edge. Breathing. And then try circles. Yeah. And then circle in the opposite direction. Good, and straight down the middle. Adding in any extra movements you want to add in. Yeah, you can. You're doing it. Yeah, you're doing it. I know we doubt ourselves, but sometimes you might be able to do it. And sometimes you might just not want to do it. And that's okay too. See? Yeah. I'm balancing that knee as long as I got enough padding. All right. And now let's face the front again. You're going to step that left leg back. Come back into your downward dog. Take a sigh or two. Notice your feet. Can you lift your toes in downward dog? You don't have to have your heels down. You can be balanced on the balls of your feet and lift your toes. Yeah, right. You can do heels and toes. Good. Maybe. And now let's walk feet up. Inhale, extending forward through your spine. Exhale, chair. Inhale to rise. Exhale, arms come down any way you want. All right, let's find our ball. And this is going to be a brief one because 1 hour classes are hard to get it all in. But we're going to take the ball beneath one of your feet. Just pick a foot. You can always use the wall, right? Or chair. And you can do as much pressure as you'd like. Okay, we're not going to do all the things today on the foot with the ball, but there's a lot of fun things to do. Just going to roll it. If you want to stop on a spot, you could and lift and lower the toes. Right, you can always come to the heel, really explore. Put the heel on the floor and push into the ball. Good. Oh yeah, it does. It's great for plantar fasciitis, absolutely. Yeah, and if you need to go more gentle, you just put a lot less pressure, right? You just kind of go gentle. You can always sit in the chair too. All right, now let's step off that foot and just stand on both feet for a moment so you can feel what the difference is like. And kind of notice your connection with the floor. Follow your breath in and out. You might even inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale down. And then let's do the second side. Same thing. So doing this can also really help with balance too, right? It's getting more awareness in your feet, all the little proprioceptors around your ankle and feet, getting some feedback. Yeah, sometimes the balls run away from you. Keep breathing. Remember, you can add in lifting and lowering. Good. And now coming off of the ball, let's just set it over to the side, out of your way. Stand on both feet and notice. Good. All right. Now, if you know that you're going to want some help with balance, you could have your chair set up on your side with the back of it facing you. If you don't, that's not a concern for you, you don't need a chair, okay? And we're going to stand toward the front side of our mats and just relax your shoulders and notice your feet, Okay, so notice all 10 of your toes, the balls and heels of your feet, and inhale, grow really tall into the space above you. Exhale. And then let's inhale, let's bring our palms together in Anjali Mudra for your chest. Good. Exhale there. And then inhale, stand tall. And exhale, we're gonna bring the right foot into tree. So you can bring the knee forward and then turn it out. It can be on the ankle, so you have a little kickstand, or it can be anywhere on the leg. Okay, good. Yeah, and you can hold your chair on your side too, okay? Inhale here. Now exhale, we're gonna try to turn the knee forward and come into warrior three pose. So the standing leg can be bent or straight. So you could be having your chair at your side. You could even put the back toes down if you want. Otherwise, you're trying to square your hips to the floor, and maybe you can keep your hands at your chest and really extend your chest forward. Yeah, keep breathing. Good, one more breath. And now slowly placing that back foot down behind you for warrior one pose. Feet will be hips distance for this. Hands can try to stay right here at the chest. Engage your back glute. You might even lift your chest, relaxing your shoulders, bending your front knee. Good. Inhaling. Feeling the three corners of your feet on the floor. Exhaling. Good. Inhale again. And as you exhale, let's slowly begin to hinge at the hip, coming back to warrior three. Take your time. Good. Inhale, reaching your chest forward, squaring that right hip to the floor. Good. Exhale. Good. It's okay if you come out and in. Inhale. As you exhale, can you come into tree pose? If you have to step down first, it's fine. Doesn't matter where your foot lands on your leg. Good. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale. Try to see if you can find some type of gaze, a drishti, with your eyes that feels like it's receiving the information rather than searching. So it's like a softening of your eyes. Another breath here. And then exhale, let's slowly turn that knee forward and step it down. And you can release your arms, release your legs. Good. And then we're going to do the other side. Okay. Oh, inhale, stand tall. Exhale, tree pose. Good. Now this time, if you want to, you could do different arms, right? So I'm going to give one option. I'm going to do arms over ears or along ears, but you could keep them at your chest or at your sides, whatever you want. Inhale here. As you exhale, let's bring the knee forward and try to transition to warrior three pose. You have to switch the arms, you can. It's challenging to keep them here, but you can really work it too. Keep turning the hip toward the floor. Keep reaching back through that upper leg, reaching forward through the fingers and breathing. Standing leg can be bent. That'll help you square your hip. Another breath here. And then slowly bringing that back leg down and coming into warrior one pose, Virabhadrasana one. Good. Arms can have any position. They could even come behind your head. Good. Try lifting your chest up, engaging your back glute. Two more breaths. Three corners of the feet. Can you find steadiness here through your legs and breath? And can you find some ease here so that it's like the prana, your life force, is able to just move right through you without any obstruction? All right, from here, if you want to take arms up, you can. We're going back to warrior three. Okay, so we're going to exhale, hinge, and move. Keep breathing. Keep turning that hip toward the floor, that left hip. Steadiness. And can you find ease anywhere? And now on an exhale, tree pose. Again, steadiness, sthira, and sukha, ease. Good. And then when you're ready, knee forward and bringing it down. Kind of shake it out, step side to side. Yeah, you can bounce, let things go. All right, and then back up to the front of your mat if you're not there. You're gonna inhale, reaching your arms up. Oh, exhale, fold. I just thought of something. What time is it? And just let your head hang for a moment. What we're gonna do, we don't have time to do the calf thing I wanted to do. So let's instead, right here in a forward fold, you could always have hands on a chair. Let's try to take your weight toward the balls of your feet more. And just doing that alone will probably take you more into your calves. Is that happening for you? Yeah, if you've got really tight hamstrings, it might not be. And that's okay, just be in your hamstrings, okay? Let your neck relax. Let your jaw relax. And breathe. Try to let your neck be totally at ease. And try to tilt your tail more up toward the ceiling if that feels okay. And 2 more breaths here, staying with those calves or anywhere on the back of your legs. And 1 more breath. And then slowly you can inhale, extend your spine forward. Your hands could be on the floor or your legs or your blocks. And then exhale, you're gonna widen the feet and come down through a squat, malasana or garland pose. Now, that's not possible possibly for everybody. So feel free to take your blocks, stack them up and sit on them. Okay, that's an option. Or to just have a seat on the floor. Okay, that's an option too. Okay. You can do any variation in malasana. You might round forward. You might twist. Okay, or you might just sit upright. Good. And it's okay. I know some of you don't have your heels on the floor right now. That's okay. Okay, that's another time. Good. Good. 2 more breaths, whatever you're choosing to do here. And 1 more breath. Good. And then just slowly coming down. You could either sit down or you could come forward. Now, we're going to experiment with a little Virasana pose or hero's pose. And so a lot of you are going to need 2 blocks beneath your hips, and you're going to just try to sit like this, okay, between your feet. Some of you maybe will need no blocks, but that's only if you have no knee pain when you're doing this, okay? You might need 1 block or a blanket. So lots of options here. The tricky thing is my feet are trying to be flat, right? So some people might even need a blanket below their ankles, and that'll feel great. Or blanket behind the knees, and that will help. Okay, so just see where you are. If it's, oh, the block goes beneath your butt. See how Lisa's got it right here? Yeah, so you're just sitting. It's like a chair, little stool. Yeah, okay, how you guys doing? That knee might not want to do it at all, right? If you've got one knee that doesn't want to do it all, do it like this. Yeah, exactly, that's a pose. Okay, so what are we working here? We're working on our feet a little bit. So you could take your hands and, yeah, just kind of take your fists, press into them a little bit. Yeah. You okay? Yeah, don't do that. How's that blanket getting? I'll get in there in a second. I'm going to show an option. Okay, so after you give your feet self a foot massage, if you're on blocks, you're not going to do this option. You're just going to breathe. Okay. If you're on the floor or on block, you might even start to lean, but I don't want any knee pain. I'm feeling a little knee pain. I'm not going to do it deeper in there. So with the ankle situation, we're going to shove it right under, like right there. Okay, let's try that. Better? Yeah, okay. And just breathe. So playing around with this in a way that is doing something for your own body. And if that something is just breathing, that's great too. Okay, if you're just feeling your breath go in and out. Yeah, we're only going to be here about 4 more breaths. Well, that knee's fine, huh? That other one's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So do you feel like a hero? Let's try to invoke that. Let's try to embody that. That's what this pose is called, Virasana, right? So steadiness and ease would be the type of confidence, right? It brings a confidence, feeling steady and easeful at the same time. You can sit however you want. Yeah. And you feel your breath go in for 4 and out for 6. Let's try that 2 more times. Okay, 1 more time. Good. And then as you're ready, and slowly come out. Now you might want to stretch out your legs, backs of your legs. You might want downward dog, or just simply coming onto hands and knees and stretching one leg back and then the other. Let's see what your body wants right now. And then we'll meet on our backs with your block nearby and your blanket nearby. Okay. Coming into a supported bridge pose. You could use a low block beneath your pelvis, or you could use a medium height block below your pelvis. And if that doesn't work for you, I'll come by and give you some other suggestions, okay? Good. You want it to feel like you can relax, so it's not intense where you are, okay? You might take a sigh or 2. Now you have the option to stay right where you are. Do you want to try to put the block below, or is that too much? Let me try this. Yeah, let me try something else. One option is to take one or both legs up toward the ceiling from here. You might need to adjust where your block is. Here, I got a little one. Let's try this. See if it feels okay in your back, though. Is that all right? Okay. Yeah. I don't think that's good for you then. Let's do this. It's all right. Sorry. Yeah. Just try that. So yeah, you can take any variations you want with your legs here. Let's try to stick with a long exhale. Okay, so following your breath in and following it out. Kind of feel that sense of groundedness coming down through your pelvis onto the block and then onto the floor, the ground beneath you. You could always bend the knees too. And when you're ready to come out, you can take your feet back to the floor if they're not already there and just lift up off your block or props, taking it out of the way.